I was born on a fine Sunday morning, and as per astrology, my parents were asked to give me a name starting with letter H. Now, those were not the Google days wherein parents would Google up fancy names for their children. Instead, they would just ask friends and family and pick up a name which they found was good. And so, my parents and the family decided to name me Henal. Henal Shah. Yes, that was my original name. And they started calling me by this name Henel. And one fine day, somebody suggested to my grandmother that a name called Harvi was very unique and very new in that generation. And she really liked this name. So she suggested that they change my name from Henel to Harvi. But then everybody in the family were comfortable calling me Henel, and so they said, no, let's go with the name that we have already decided. And I was 6 months old that I lost my grandmother. I understand and I have heard this story that my grandfather and my grandmother, they were going on a scooter and there was a dog chasing the scooter and he pulled the pallu of my grandmother's sari and she fell down from the scooter and she went into coma, and because of the lack of medical technology in that times, we lost her. So I was just 6 months old, and I never got to know my grandmother, who she was, but what I have known is that she was a gem of a person. So after the family lost her, everybody wanted to keep her memory, and they thought that because she really wanted my name to be Harvi, they changed my name from Henel to Harvi, and that's how I got to be known as Harvi Shah. Now, when I was 5, 6 year old, I think around 10 years old, is the time when I started asking, what does my name mean? And my parents told me that they don't know what does it mean. And again, no Google to find out what does it mean. And they said, grandmother really liked this name. We were not sure what the name is. We liked it, so we named you Harvi. And you know, in our school, in our friend circle, this was because it was a very new name, a unique name, I was always asked, oh, nice name, what does that mean? And I would go like, I don't know. And I started feeling that I was a no one, a nobody, because I don't know what my name means. Until one fine day, I was Googling. So I used to Google Harvi in the Google days. I used to Google out this name a lot and see if there was any meaning. And I had no luck for quite a few years, until there was one day wherein I see babynames.com and a few other name websites. They came up with this name called Harvi, Harvi, which means battle worthy, which means a warrior. And I got so happy, I can't tell you, to know the meaning of my name. And because the meaning was so powerful and so strong, I felt very good about myself, that I'm a warrior and Harvi means battle worthy, and I would boast about, the name of my meaning is this. And one fine day, I asked myself that, okay, having a name which means warrior is one thing, but living like a warrior is another thing. So, am I really living like a warrior? Do I have a mind which is similar to a warrior's mind? How does a warrior's mind look, and who is a warrior? So I started thinking that a warrior is a person who is so focused about what he has to do, which is to protect people, and he's so committed to what he has to do, which is to fight, and he is courageous. He's not afraid of failure or not afraid of death. He is constantly out there protecting the people, never giving up, and constantly learning new art, new techniques to fight with people and protect the people around, and always staying healthy so that he can succeed in his job, which is to protect people. And I thought to myself that, okay, if I cannot go out in the battlefield to fight, I think I should take charge of my life and consider my life as a battlefield and behave like a warrior in my life. So I came up with, from that day, which is around 15 years back, I came up with 5 principles, which I like to call them as woman warrior mindset, and 5 principles of this mindset with which I will try and live my life. I have not been successful with living my life following all these principles together at the same time, but I am trying my best to live a woman warrior life and have a woman warrior mindset. And today in this video, I would love to share those 5 principles which sum up a woman warrior mind for me. The first principle I believe is to be focused. Now, we women, we play so many roles in our lives, like a role of a sister, daughter, a mother, wife, and you name it, and there are so many hats that we put on. And in that journey, somewhere, we just lose focus of what we are supposed to be, what we are meant to be, what do we want. So being focused, even among all these roles that we play, is one big principle by which I live my life, that what do I want from my life and what am I doing to achieve that. The second principle that I would like to talk about is, never give up. Especially for a woman, we have a lot of challenges in our family, in our career, in our life, and we tend to kind of give up and say, okay, it's all right if I don't get this, I can't have it all, let me give this up, my family is very happy if I take this decision, so give up on happiness, give up on what she wants. But I have always lived by this principle of not giving up and fighting all the challenges and the problems, but still trying to achieve what I really want. The third principle is the art of balancing your life. Yes, a lot of women, they get carried away in their personal life, and for them, their life revolves around the family, and they put their career and their dreams and their passion on a back seat. And I think a warrior mindset of a woman would be when she learns how to balance her life. Now, I don't believe in balancing day, wherein you say out of 24 hours, I will spend 8 hours working, 8 hours with my family, and 8 hours sleeping. No, that's a very ideal life, which is very difficult to live on a daily basis. But what I believe is you should balance your life based on a phase of your life or a situation in your life. So there were times in my life when I had to balance by giving more time to my career, because those were the early days of my career. And then came a phase where I was a mother and I was a wife, and I had to give more importance to the family and addressing to the love and the care needs of the family. So I believe in balancing phases of life or the situations of life, and not balance having work-life balance, as they call, on a day-to-day basis. So that's the third principle by which I live my life. The fourth principle is being courageous. Unfortunately, we stay in a stereotypical world, and there are a lot of do's and don'ts which are defined by the society for the women of the society. And I believe that I should be courageous enough to take a step ahead and not conform to these stereotypes, but decide for myself whether I should follow this stereotype. Is this meant for me? Or should I just challenge it and take a decision of my own? I don't seek approval from society or from my immediate family. That doesn't make me rebellious, but I have constantly taken decisions in my life wherein that would help me and my family grow. So the fourth principle is balancing life. And the last principle that I would want and I am living my life with is self-growth. this education system, they have just made us feel like achievers when we hold our degree, our PhD or our MBA or engineering, whichever degree, graduation degree, and we feel that we have achieved and our education is over. We stop thinking about self growth in general, and we stop seeing that how can we improve better in our life. So self growth is one important aspect which I think helps you and your family grow in your life. So these are the 5 principles by which I live my life, and I think I don't have a choice whether to have a woman warrior mindset or not. I think it's my responsibility for my own self, my own family, and the society at large. And I would love to hear which is your woman warrior mindset principle, and which is that one principle with which you live your life. If you resonate with this and if you feel that every woman is a warrior, I invite you to join this group and comment below which is your warrior principle and what, according to you, every woman should do and think to develop a woman warrior mindset. With that said, this is Harvi Shah, a real woman warrior in her life, signing off, and I see you soon in my next video. Stay happy and stay blessed.